Morning! We are up in Glasgow today. It's very cold. We are going to try and find the police museum. I have never been here before. I don't really know where it is, but we're going to try and find it and check it out. Already the world's worst map reader. I'm by myself today and I already went the wrong way, so I've just had to come back on myself, and we are going the right way now. We're just down at Ingram Street. The Gallery of Modern Art's just there, and we are going this way. As you can see, I have a pretty good map, but for some reason I just went the total different way and I've came off map, so we're trying to get here. We're really close. We'll get there soon. It's like a Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Why is Glasgow so dead? Like, it's not the holidays anymore. I don't understand. Where is everyone? Is there somewhere I'm supposed to be? We're just in Merchant City just now, cutting through. Here's just where we're at the mural walk. I'll put a link to that below if you want to check that out. It's quite a good wee walk, and it's coming into the summer for the nicer weather, so I'd maybe give it a bash. We have found it. So it's just across the road from Merchant Square. So okay, ring this buzzer to get in, and that'll take us up these stairs. Here we are at the Scottish Police Museum. Sorry, what was your name?
David Kerr.
I'm here with David and we are just visiting. He's telling us some information about the building.
I'd say we started in 1779. So 1800 Royal Charter from King George III. It lets us more or less operate officially as a police department. This late period in the 1700s, we tried a couple of times in Glasgow to get a police force going, but nobody was interested in paying money. So had to wait till the charter came in. So officially, the city fathers, the council offices, can start to collect taxes off of companies and people. Then that can go towards starting up a really official police department. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it was always led to believe Robert Peel, Bobby's Nick Peel, was that he started the first police force in the UK. He didn't, because in 1800, Robert Peel was still only a 12-year-old schoolboy. And we were taught at school in the history books that Robert Peel did start a police force in the UK. He didn't. He did start London Metropolitan Police in 1829, so that's 50 years after we started up here in Glasgow, officially. So they've been kidding us on all those years that Robert Peel is an English thing, you know. In actual fact, Robert Peel, no name to fame is he became Prime Minister in Queen Victoria's time. There's also a statue in Glasgow of Robert Peel, nothing to do with police. He became the Chancellor of the Glasgow University.
Yeah, I've seen the statue up there.
Yeah. So our story goes in a plot manner here. We finish over here at 1975. The City of Glasgow Police ceased to exist. It became a regional police force, much bigger, and it was called Strathclyde Police. And of course now, 5 years down the line to this year, we're now one police force in Scotland. It's a national police force, and it's called Police Scotland. And that's taken in 8 big police departments just all into the one.
Here we have the Gorbals police outfit from the 1800s, I believe, and some police clappers. So they would thingy them round and make the noise instead of the sirens back before the whistles were there. Like this. And here are some really cool batons. 1820, 1837. We've got some more over here. Just in there. So we've got Partick Police, Glasgow Police, Govan Police, all slightly different. Up the top they've got their other stuff here. And we've got some police seals here. And a pistol. So as you can see all around, we've got all the batons here.
General policing, is it like the bill in 1870? It's the detectives. It's about it's like
and some more outfits. This one's actually quite cool. I don't know if it looks like a police officer, but I do enjoy it. Here we've got some Macintosh connections with Alexander McCall, this chap here. And He was chief constable for 18 years, it says. And we've got some medals here. And some handcuffs up here. They're a bit strange looking compared to the ones we're used to. There's a wee hand up there showing you how they'd be worn. And a picture here showing that the police officer would have one and the criminal would have the other. So they came a wee bit since then. We've got some more medals here. So David was just telling me that Peter McKinley was Glasgow's first detective, and here is his signature. And he was also telling me that round here we had the very first police dogs in Britain. How handsome are these boys? And this is the outfit that they would have wore. A lot different from the one we've got. We also have the world's biggest policeman down here, PC Alexander Kennedy. He was aged 26 when he joined the Glasgow Police, but unfortunately he died in 1906 when he was 47 years old. He was 28 stone, so that's 178 kilograms and 6'2". That's nuts. Some more medals around here. Now we have a sergeant's uniform. And another one of the batons. Another thing David was just telling me there is that all the different boroughs around Glasgow had their own like crests, so they all had their own batons, and believe it or not, as you can see from the well worn, they were used quite often. And here's one of the police whistles. I was saying earlier how with the clappers before the whistles were brought in, I don't know if you can make it out, but it does say Glasgow on just on the end there. But there is a Glasgow saying, "Go like the clappers," and he was saying that's maybe where that's originated from the police clappers. So we have the badges here that are usually on the sleeves. And Superintendent John Reid. Quite cool. And over here we have some more medals and who they belong to. So Lieutenant Charles Fraser, Inspector John Macaulay. Some of these medals are really pretty. And up here, a plaque for people who passed away in the war for the Glasgow service. And I'm not sure where this was previously, there's not really a sign saying where it was, but it's quite cool. And then new Central Police officers when they came over here. And through the war. Quite a lot of information here. Govan Police pipe band, there's a wee belt there, that looks like snazzy, I'd wear that. Look at that. And this is the uniform. And here we have some night duty helmets. So I remember these sort of helmets from growing up. These are the sort of police helmets I kind of remember. A lot of people remember these kind of hats, and now they're very similar to that one. But I remember these ones. I remember my brother having little plastic ones of these when we were wee growing up. Look at that, a £200 reward for murder. My goodness. This is the murder victim here. Oh my goodness. And that was who was accused. He looks quite smug. Oscar Slater. and then not looking as smug in the picture below there. David was telling me that this silly toe tartan, the kind of checkerboard dice thing, you might have seen it on the stairs when we were coming up there. On all the hats, there's this gentleman here, Percy Silly Toe, that brought that in. So he was saying that previously, if you look over here at this gentleman, they didn't really have anything showing that they were police officers. They would just have like these crests up here on there, and to show that they were a police officer, they could have been anyone, a lamplighter or any sort of street worker. And here's a police box. Now, David was telling me that we see them in Glasgow, they're blue, but they were never blue, they were always red, and there's only one red one left, and that's up in Sauchiehall Street, but they were always blue. And these were around before radios came around, so in here you could keep your wee sandwich in if you trusted someone else not to steal it. They could go in and phone back to the police station, get calls, phone back before they had radios, just to check in. There was also a public telephone they could phone in and go, oh, there's been a robbery, I've had my bag snatched, that kind of thing. So that's what these are for. But most of us will know them as the big blue ones from Doctor Who, but up here they were always red, and they had a wee tables, a wee heater so you could heat up, especially in the winter. Or in here, Scotland, it's pretty much all the time. It's quite chilly here, but here's a person here just standing on one. It's quite good, and the wee ladies there just working away. And here's a picture of Chief Constable Silly Toe, the guy that had the hat things again. But this is a hat and a half there. I'm not really sure what that is, but I love it. And a police radio, a bit different to the ones that we'll know these days, eh? Got a wee sign for the training centre up here, and this is what the training school used to look like. It closed in 1932, and here's some recruits training before 1938, doing their exams, and this will be them all passing out, all smart in their uniforms. Get a wee first aid section here, a sergeant's course, and a detective's training course. It's quite good. And some probation ones. Got a wee woman police officer there. So Glasgow's first police woman from 1915. So women joined the force. Here's a police women's department, and here's snazzy wee outfit that they've got, and some examples of policewomen's hats, and a tiny wee punching because you've only got tiny wee hands. So here we have some information about the Griffiths incident, which was the 15th of July 1969. So there was a bit of a shootout. And here's one of the guns. The actual one used. It's in really good condition here. And we've got some medals. Here we have 1972 consoles, a bit more modern than what we've seen previously. A bit more recognisable, especially from some of the TV programmes. And the little patches are slightly different. And they've got, it's quite hard to see with the lights, but the cars are slightly different. And here, some walkie-talkie radios, so they didn't have to go to the police boxes anymore. They had their radios, a wee notebook, and these handcuffs are a bit more like the ones that we know now, and a wee headlamp. Here we have Peter Thomas Anthony Manuel from the Manuel murders, which were 1956 to 1958, and these detectives here led the investigation. Here's one of the detectives, Detective Chief Superintendent Tom Goodall, his wee hat and pipe. And this is the type of gun that was used in the murders. And here we have his actual print, which is quite cool. David was telling me there's quite a lot of things donated to the museum. They don't get an awful lot of funding, so it's all donations. And a lot of people hand stuff in, so a lot of the artefacts are been found in people's attics or handed in from other police stations, so that's quite cool. Here, we're in a room full of uniforms. So this is one from Colombia. It's quite fancy, and just behind you can see all the different patches and badges from all over the world. We have a Mexican one, a nice wee hat. Hat from Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Venezuela. Now this Jamaican outfit, I am loving. Look at the stripes, that's dead snazzy. I love it. And here we have Bermuda, which is very similar to the one that we know. Oh, what's this? Bahamas, loving it. USA, most people know that one from the TV and films. It's a California Highway Patrol hat. And a slightly, well, not number one's outfit, just like more on the street one. It's quite hard to see because of the lights. And the Canadian Bounty, we'll all know this one. What was that TV programme from years ago? I think it was called The Mountie. Don't know, I'll have a look. Australia, that's an amazing hat. And here's the Australian outfit. Uniform, probably should stop calling it an outfit. Fiji, that's cool. Oh wow, I love that. Oh, Japan. Very snazzy, wouldn't expect anything less. There's a Philippines one just hiding there. North Korea. Why is your hat so big? That Vietnam one in the corner is really cool. Indonesia. Sri Lanka. Egypt. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this country, but I love the colour of blue of your hat. Albania, Nigeria, Croatia, now Italy. Italy know how to play. Look at that. Sign me up for one of these, please. Austria. Spain. Casual. And the Netherlands. Germany, Belgium, Iceland, Ireland and Northern Ireland in the corner there, Wales, England, and then finally Police Scotland, and another snazzy white one from the Isle of Man. Here we have some police badges. These are really cool. Look, these ones are Paisley. And here we have our ones from down our bit. It's the Barton, as you can see, there's a wee elephant on that.
That's right, the elephant, yeah, the crest, yeah.
Well known from our area.